as the AFC and NFC playoff pictures are coming into reality. Which team will cower away from the challenge, and which team will rise against the challenge? Marcus Mariota and Derek Carr break their fibula. What does that have to mean for the Raiders? Bills head coach, known as the Pez dispenser Rex Ryan, is fired. What does that mean for all the head coaching vacancy jobs? Find out next on Jacsports podcast show. Good evening, Jacsports listeners. This is Alex Hamilton with Jacsports. Derek Carr broken his fibula or it's broken his leg. The Raiders are desperate now for a quarterback. Jared Cook, or I don't know his first name, but he might be the starting quarterback for the Oakland Raiders for the rest of the season. I mean, if he has a broken leg and has to need surgery, he definitely will be out, or unless a miracle. Anything's possible, though. Also, Pro Bowl snub Marcus Mariota is also out, which pisses me off because I really thought he had a magnificent year. The second player out of Oregon, the fourth trophy winner, had a fabulous season. Young team, Tennessee Titans. I mean, he had so far. He's been rushing well. I mean, his DeMarco Murray out with the former Heisman Derrick Henry, the two Heisman winners together, they both have a good offense. They have a good offense. Their defense can be good, but they got to add a couple stuff. But he's a Pro Bowl snub. That what pisses me off. It's one thing as a Pro Bowl snub. I really thought he should have made the Pro Bowl. There's other stuff I want to talk about, but first, the AFC and NFC playoffs have come to an end. 6 teams have already been established in the AFC. Number 1 seed is, of course, the 13-2 New England Patriots, which will most likely end up 14-2. It's the number 1 seed Patriots. Number 2 will either be the Chiefs or the Raiders, but I say most likely it will be the Raiders. They will be facing the Broncos. But because they have been eliminated from playoff contention, so they want to make a statement saying, hey, Raiders, screw you. I want to take you out of second place and make you a wild card team. Even though the Chiefs embarrass the ball, I really think the Broncos could beat the Oakland Raiders because of them being pissed off that they were established out of playoff contention. The second half of the season, they looked out of it. Trevor Siemian, he's not that great of a quarterback. Tony Romo plays next year? I don't think so. If Tony Romo goes to that team next year, you got some hope with the quarterback position. You got some hope. Tony Romo has some stuff left. But you got to find a quarterback, Broncos. You got to find a good offense. You got 2 gooders and Demaryius Thomas. You just got to find a quarterback that's stable enough to make your offense decent. To move on, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will be facing the number 6 seed Miami Dolphins. This will be a good matchup because the high-powered running back Jay Ajayi against one of the best rushing defenses in the league of the Pittsburgh Steelers. What will happen there? Then you got the 4 seed, that's my noise for the Houston Texans. They're an average team. Their defense is one of the best in the league, but their offense is one of the crappiest in the league. You have multi-million-dollar quarterback who you had faith in the whole year is on the bench. You got a guy last name Savage who's he just started his first game against the Bungles and won over a stupid game. Their offense is crap. I mean, Lamar Miller, he's a good player, but he's having good numbers, but that's the only offense they can produce is with Lamar Miller. After that, what else? They're crappy. They're a crappy offense. So the Chiefs most likely will just smooth sailing past the Houston Texans on to face the Oakland Raiders. That'll be a great matchup to see. Oakland Raiders versus the Chiefs. I see the Chiefs nail-biting it out of Oakland after a bunch of fights. I see Chiefs winning that. I see Patriots and Chiefs, but as well, of course, I see the Patriots winning that game. To move on to the NFC. You got the number 1 seed Dallas Cowboys. Of course, the Dallas Cowboys, a lot of people will think are Super Bowl caliber team. I have a good opinion. I don't think they'll make a lot of noise in the playoffs. I think they'll go to the playoff, they'll go to the NFC Championship, but they'll lose. I really think they'll lose. I think the Seattle Seahawks will make it into the NFC Championship and make a ton of noise. They're like the Pittsburgh Steelers. When they're consistent, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't think Pittsburgh will make a lot of noise in the AFC because I don't think they'll be that consistent, honestly. Right now, they're playing great football. But I don't think they'll make tons of noise in the playoffs. I think the Patriots will, but I think the Seahawks will go into the NFC Championship, beat the Cowboys, and come on top of Super Bowl 51. That's my prediction. I just think the Seahawks have great depth with their defense. I mean, one of the best linebacker corps in the NFL. Richard Sherman, one of the best defensive backs, or one of the best defensive back in the NFL. Also, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You got a great running back of Thomas Rawls. When he's on fire, he's one of the best in the league. You also got good wide receiver. Russell Wilson makes him look awesome. You got Tyler Lockett. You also have Doug Baldwin. You got Doug Bald, and you also got Jermaine Kearse. When these guys are on a game, they're one of the best wide receiving corps in the game. So I really think they'll make noise in the NFC. I don't think they'll get the Falcons will get the bye, but the Falcons will lose against the Seahawks. I think the Green Bay Packers will take the division. I think they'll beat the Green Bay Packers. They'll beat the Detroit Lions, I apologize. But the Detroit Lions will still get into the playoffs and still lose a game and continue the losing streaks, just like the Bengals in the playoffs. Which will make me feel better because I hate seeing another team being successful because the Bengals just suck. Let's talk about the vacancies as coaches. The Pez dispenser, as better known as Rex Ryan, or as Chris Berman said, no one circles a wagon like the Buffalo Bills. The head coaching vacancies have been interesting for the past month at least. Jeff Fisher was signed to a deal, an extension. Okay, you're fired. And then Gus Bradley, last week on the 19th, after they lost, he got fired as well. But then he had to ride back with the team in the jet. People have been saying that he's a very friendly dude. And I think he'll get a head coaching job ever again. I mean, they have good talent. Gus Bradley is actually not that bad of a coach, but how he performed, had one of the lowest rating winning percentages ever in NFL history. I don't see him getting another head coaching job. But with Jeff Fisher, they added an extendo and then they just took him out. I can see Jeff Fisher getting another somewhere. Maybe not as a head coach, but maybe a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. But when they need to fill a job, I think he's not that bad of a coach. He just didn't have that great talent. He had a heck of a good defense. With the LA Rams and the St. Louis Rams. Couldn't do anything. He did diddly squat. But on the other hand, with Gus Bradley, he didn't have anything. His Blake Bortles is a very average quarterback. Allen Robinson's a good wide receiver. The running backs suck. TJ Yeldon's okay. He's okay. They didn't have anyone. They had diddly squat. And their defense, who's even on their defense? Exactly. Well, other than Ramsey, who's going to be developing into one of the best corners, I think, in the next 5 years. I think that you got to realize that Jaguars suck. They don't have any good talent. They don't have any good talent around them. I thought they had promising future, that everyone thought last year that they were going to become one of the best teams in the NFL. That's a total lie. They are not. They're a terrible team. They're not good. No defense at all. No defense. Jalen Ramsey, if he can become one of the great cornerbacks, he's going to go somewhere else. Who wants to stay with a very, very bad team like the Jacksonville Jaguars? Yeah, but that's truth. Jacksonville Jaguars suck. And on the other hand, with the Buffalo Bills have talent, but Rex Ryan didn't know how to use it. They had one good defense. One of the best defenses, I think, in the league, because they could sack the quarterback left and right. This is in the league where this quarterback was always fearful when they played him. With Tyrod Taylor as well, I think he's a good quarterback. He can run well. He is also pass well. I mean, no, he's not going to lead you to but he can lead you to playoff contention. Once you can establish the passing game more, you will become a good team. I think a coaching change is needed. Ryan was a good coach for them. I think they need more of an aggressive, assertive coach who they need to do what they need to do. Instead, I felt like he was just there to just joke around fun. I read an article that one of the players, his defense needed to be more aggressive. I agree with that. I love defenses that are aggressive. It creates havoc in the pocket. All right. About wanting him to leave this year. After the most disappointing season I've seen in a while. Well, he's not. He's returning. And probably next year and the next year as well. I want him to leave. And I would love to see him get replaced by the one and only offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. Josh McDaniels has already had head coaching experience with the Broncos, which he did not with the Broncos. And that's good on a resume. It's great on a resume. And I think he could be a good head coach, as well as the defensive coordinator for New England Patriots. A lot of good players. I also love the defensive coordinator from the Seattle Seahawks. He's not very talked about a lot, but he can be a good contender. All right, to move on, let's go to what really grinds my gears. What really does grind my gears, the bowl season is underway, and it's in the middle of the bowl season, and I love bowl season. Watch the games right there, watch the game there. Every game is on every single day. What really grinds my gears and pisses me off is teams that are 5-7 and that get into the bowl game. Like, for example, North Texas, Conference USA team, a 5-7 team. It makes it into the bowl and wins it. But it still pisses me off, like Mississippi State as well. A team that has a 500 winning record. For example, North Texas gets in. It's really stupid in my opinion that North Texas gets in. I mean, it's BS. It's BS and North Texas has a chance to get in. All right, thank you for tuning in to Jacsports podcast show. I'm your host, Alex Hamilton. Make sure you reach me at Twitter at Jacsports44. Also on our website at jocksports.weebly.com. And also reach me on YouTube, Jacsports Podcast Show. Thank you. Remember, have a great day.